about how they feel like they've forgiven each other and grown as this kind of unique family unit that we have now. So, I guess my first question would be for you two, and it's, how do you feel like you were able to build such a strong friendship after such a hard time?
You get to go first.
Okay. Well, I always look at everything as in a matter of flux, in a matter of ups and downs, and everything is always changing. And so I know that even though at times things seem really bad, if enough time passes, and I know that seems really cliche, then things will come back around, and you can always mend those burnt bridges that you had in the past. I guess that's my advice.
When the thing about getting a divorce, you don't just divorce the person, it's the whole family. So you're like, it's like 30 years of being intertwined with a group of people that you love, and then because of things, and sometimes you don't even know, because it's like the river that we're on. We go with the flow, but sometimes the flow throws you into trees and you don't realize it until you're there, because you weren't looking, because you're enjoying the view from the backside, right? And that's kind of, and the reason I use that metaphor is because we're here at the current river, and eventually, Michelle, I want to talk about your Red River retreats, okay? But that is exactly it. I believe we lost our friendship during those years. I mean, we were strong with our. What was good is, like, we were able to. I called us the push me, pull me from Dr. Doolittle, right? Like, we were always, I want to go this way, I want to go this way, I want to go this way, but somehow or another we always managed to get to where we wanted to be, and we did that. And one thing you said, Blake, years ago, which I've never forgotten, and it's another river anthology, right? But it was like, we skimmed along on top for so many years, and we did. It was like we threw a rock on top of a bed, and it just skimmed and skimmed, and it just kept going and going and going, but eventually it sank, but it was many years. And so when people were like, you're supposed to end it, we could not end it. And I think it was because, and not our friendship, we could not end the friendship. I think it was because of that soulmate tie, but we were bitter toward each other. And I literally got cancer, and I believed, and there was a moment, and I don't know if I ever told you this, but when we were in our bitterness part, well, a couple of things happened, and that's why I think that when we think about things, we create them, right? There was a long time where I thought, we will never be able to separate from each other unless I have some weird disease. And I believe that I spoke that upon myself. Now, I don't tell people that very much, and you could use science and say, no, that's not true, that's not true. But I've learned from that moment that resentment and bitterness truly causes disease. Yeah. So I had to let that go. So that's where I'm at right now. No, sorry, I didn't mean to like spiderweb on that.
You're fine. And that's really interesting, and I think that you're right. That I think that, personally, I believe that the thing, when in reality, they're there for a completely different purpose. And, you always tell me that you feel like you and Dad were together to bring me into the world, but maybe that was, if we're talking about spiritual purpose, maybe that was that purpose, and now your purpose is to be friends.
I believe that. I believe that. Okay, so where I'm at in my belief system right now is, all of us knew each other before we came to Earth, and we chose to be here together, and we did choose to bring you into this world. Yeah. But because we've known each other in our spiritual world, and we've probably traveled together, you can't let that go. You just
Yeah.
can't let that go. But we do as human beings because we let pride and ego get in our way.
Yeah.
And we also let people tell us that's not the way you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, and I know with I on my end and your end, I'm positive, even though we've never really talked about it. Good intentions, people that had good intentions said, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to do that, right? But the gut instinct was always, no, time will heal all wounds. But there was a long time that I knew that what would heal Blake was another woman in his life. Honestly, I didn't know that.
I don't. Okay. But not to speak for you, Father,
Yeah.
but
Father.
to speak on your behalf,
Yeah.
I think that that's not the case at all.
Well,
I'm glad
maybe
I
not,
made
but
it in
I.
this video.
I don't think that. No, I don't think that Michelle healed him. I think.
No, I don't think. I mean, no, but she did heal him from the point of being able to let go of. We were able to let go of each other because he was able to love someone else.
Yes, but I don't think that. I think, regardless of Michelle being here, which we are so grateful that she is.
Yeah, because she's a great friend.
Yeah, she's just a wonderful person. I think that he would have been able to heal no matter what, because
But it may have taken longer.
maybe.
Well, both of us.
I feel like
I mean,
you're
it's not
discrediting
just
him.
him.
I feel like you're discrediting him.
No, I think that he has grown. I think both of us have grown immensely.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm not. I'm saying that there was a time when I thought that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe because what we think about becomes reality.
Yeah.
That is what I am. That is what this is about for me.
Okay.
You know, being I'm all in 110.
Yeah.
And I look back at the past and say, well, I know these are the things I thought. I am 100% sure Michelle.
110%.
110% sure that Michelle coming into Blake's life has been a blessing.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I don't think
it
anybody's
seems
guessing
like a
about
blessing
that.
to me.
No, I mean, but our audience might be guessing.
Yes, audience. Now, my next question is. That wasn't supposed to be sarcastic. I was just referencing.
Right.
My next question is for Michelle, which is, this is a very bizarre situation for you. And as I know, you and I have spoken at length about your relationship with your ex-husband, which is not the same kind of relationship that they have. And so it does interest me to see how you feel about this, because it can't be easy
No, I wouldn't
to
think it
spend
would be.
time with your boyfriend knowing that his ex-wife is, around all the time. And
Well, not all,
I
but at
know.
least once
I'm
a
not-
month.
Yeah, a while. Every once in a while is better to say. And to know that they have such a strong friendship, and for her to say, oh yeah, I believe that we're soulmates. How does that make you feel?
Rawness of this.
Well,
I throw hard balls.
initially it's shocking. It's shocking. But I'm glad I am where I am now. 10 years ago, I did not have the inner strength or the emotional intelligence to have handled this. I couldn't have. I would have felt too insecure.
Yeah.
And as far as the healing part, I'm not that powerful. I don't personally have enough power to heal him.
Right.
He chose
I agree.
to heal, but I think also when you find a compatibility and a companionship with someone that you can relate, and our pain we related to each other, that did make it easier to heal. So I think in that regard, you're right, it was faster. It
Yeah.
wasn't as, not that any of it was very fast.
No, it didn't feel,
Feel
fast, but
fast.
when you think about life, 3
Yeah.
or 4 years,
Yeah.
really, I mean, but it does not feel that
Right.
fast when you're in the middle of it.
Right.
But that is the hope, y'all. Everybody has their own issues. That's my whole point. Is that I'm positive that if you're watching this, that you have had a situation or an issue where you have had resentment, bitterness, jealousy, anger, fear. And my point is, the goal is that when you start forgiving, that's when you start healing. And it truly heals disease. I'm going out on I'm going to stand up for the fact that if you heal and you forgive, that's the beginning of healing for any disease. And the only one I can experience right now is cancer. You know, I've been there, done that. So I believe it was forgiveness that really, truly healed me. Okay? Nothing against everything else I did, because I did a lot of stuff. But that was the beginning of the healing, was forgiveness. That's really where, I think that's where we're all at right now. But how do you forgive? How do you do that?
Well, it's my opinion, but my opinion is that forgiveness is really blaming another person for your pain or the result of a choice you made. And that in and of itself is rooted in a belief that I'm not powerful enough to make my own self happy or to keep myself happy. It says I have to have someone else or something else outside here to make me happy. And if they choose not to and they hurt me, then that's it. I'm hurt, I'm wounded, I'm broken for the rest of my life. But that's not true. The truth is, if you believe that you're powerful, then you look at the person and you say, oh, that really hurts. I don't like that. I'm upset. You have to process those feelings. But ultimately, the only way to forgive is to let that go and say, okay, now what? I have to take responsibility for my happiness, and I've got to quit blaming this person for hurting me, and I got to let it go.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what forgiveness has been for me. That's been my process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a process. Ivy, do you have any more questions? to
I
ask
do.
us?
I have a question for Dad.
Yeah.
So, you and I, yeah.